Timmy, welcome mate, welcome. Where's Maddie? Maddie's going to go get a drink, I think. Or do a poo. Hey Sean, Jacko, my boy. What's going on, Jacko? Nige, get on here, mate. Finish that phone call. Johnny, welcome, mate. Welcome to first class, my man. Shawnee, welcome to economy, mate. It's nice to have you here. We're going to rip in as always. We are flying Cloncurry to Longreach this evening, and I'm sitting in Nigel's car, ready to rock and roll. How you boys doing, eh? Me. It's my turn, Jacko. Welcome to my world. By the way, if you haven't already, make sure you hit the like button. Thanks, guys. Much appreciated. Sorry, just catching up on a few things. Chat about the podcast. Yeah, that's it. So boys, Jacko is Call of Duty streamer on Twitch, and my favourite one at the.
Ooh.
Yeah, Call of Duty. Yeah, we got to get him in here. Hey Jacko, what's your KD? I think his KD is like 3 or 4 or something. It's pretty high.
That's insane.
Physics. It's in
Carry us, senpai. Carry us.
It's in recommend a flight, mate. On the Discord.
On the Discord.
Yes. We've got a Call of Duty expert in the chat, Nige.
Oh, Roger. And who's that?
That's Jacko. He's going to give us a few tips.
Me? Right.
No, not you.
Oh. Not me.
No, but
I feel insulted.
He's got a, I think like a 4 KD on Warzone.
Oh, really?
Pretty.
And how's that aimbot going for him?
No, he's legit. I'm telling you. He's legit.
Legit aimbot.
There's
No?
a good chance that he is already on your banned list because you thought he was cheating.
Probably.
By the way, Jacko, we all play Warzone and we're all shit at it.
That's because you all cheat.
No, but we're not all old men. Oh, sorry, we're not all young.
Who you calling
bucks.
old? Who you calling old? So I've just had Benjamin spawn in front of me. I got Wilco737. I got Tim Tamothy here.
Oh yeah.
And I got YouTube Live Tim. Is that you?
That's me. Yeah, that's me.
Oh
man,
change your name.
Yeah,
Damn.
Yeah, just stepping it up, taking it seriously.
That's funky. That is funky. Oh, look, I like the way we've all lined up here down at the threshold.
We're coming. Sorry.
That's okay. I'm just parked on the bay at the moment.
We're at beautiful Cloncurry here, and I've got the sun coming up over the horizon there.
Oh,
Some lovely long shadows, and
there you all
it
are.
it looks really nice.
Hey Sean, what did we have for dinner? Oh Sean, I had a bit of surgery today, so I had a banana milkshake for dinner. I had to go to the dentist and get something fixed. So, g'day Ben, welcome mate, welcome Ben. How are you, mate? Good afternoon indeed. Let's get going. So boys, we're flying with Phil this evening. And
This is Lucky Phil.
yes.
Runway are we taking off from?
Oh,
Runway 30.
Have you got the flight plan, mate? It'll just spawn you on that runway. 30, is it?
Yep, 30 is the runway of choice.
Yeah, sweet. Okay.
Well, who's that? Who's that coming around next to me? I've got someone disappearing into my shadow off my right wing. I think it might be Ben, maybe. I don't know. He's parked so close I can't see him anymore.
Benja. Alright.
Oh yeah, that's Benja next
Is
to
it?
you.
Yep, cool. You're a bit closer. It's going to be a tight formation takeoff this one.
Oh, sorry about that. Okay, I am about to taxi now. What did you boys have for dinner?
I had sausages.
Oh, I bet you did.
Sausage sangers.
I'll bet you did. By the way,
Yeah,
we're
calm
looking
down.
for. We're looking forward to seeing Guy in here. Am I
Mm.
right? So, just as a little catch up, Guy is doing $1 for every like on his photo. He got about 168 likes, I think. Then thereafter, he did $2 for every like, and I think he got like 200 something likes. So I think he's going to be digging deep in the checkbook. Hey, all good physics, all good.
Hey, good man. Welcome aboard.
Hey, Ben,
By
Gold
the
Coast
way,
boy,
oh, Ben Long?
Ben Long, Gold
Yeah,
Coaster.
beautiful. Oh, Goldie, eh?
Ben and I both went airside for the Rex.
Oh, right. Oh,
Oh,
Ben.
nice. How's that?
Yeah, it was good when we did it.
Yeah, cool.
The weather was a bit rough though, eh?
Yeah.
And the positioning by the safety officers was pretty poor. G'day, Guy. Lovely to have you here.
Hey, Gold, we're just talking about your ears must have been burning, Guy. Welcome, mate. Welcome. Oh yeah. Hey, look
G'day,
who's here.
soft space, tacos, beers. Good job.
Do you know who that is?
Soft space.
Soft space.
Yeah. Do you know who it is?
No.
That's-
Enlighten me.
That's the old man.
Ah. I see.
He's been
I
here before,
see.
and Sean thought it was fantastic.
The proper pilot's the pole position. Oh, good on you.
Oh, he's up there, Ben. All right. Geez, we got
Alright.
we got a fair few people here. It's nice.
Yeah,
just
we do. It's
before we
good.
get going, I wouldn't mind trying to get Phil in here. I can see he's parked there. Just do a quick U-turn.
Oh, what? My livery's not working.
Really?
Yeah, I've got no liveries. I chose it, but it's gone back to the default.
Oh, really?
Is that Jasmine I see?
Yes, Jasmine's
It
flying
is
tonight as
too.
well. Yeah,
Jazzy.
yeah. Everyone's flying. Everyone's here.
Good to see you,
Got a
Jazz.
a huge amount of people.
Yeah, it's unreal.
She's my favourite ramp rat.
That's it.
Hey, sorry,
She's
Ben,
great.
did you go to Brisbane this afternoon to get the new high fly? I think it's a high fly, isn't it? In the new paint scheme? Well, not new paint scheme, you know what I mean?
Okay. Phil will be with us in a moment. Sorry about that. By the way, guys, if you're not since this is one of the last streams, it's not the last, but it's what is it? The second last? Oh yes, it's the second last stream before we finish up the fundraiser. So if you've thought about becoming a member, it's the best time to do it. Obviously up top there, so every new membership will be matched in donations by myself. So if you thought about it, there's no bad time, and you get obviously all the Discord perks, and you get that sexy little logo right next to your name, like Guy and Tim rocking the Nalanji Dreaming symbol. I'm loving it.
Oh, I say, John. Avoiding studying tonight. Nice one, Jazz. It's good to have a little break sometimes. Avoid the studying, but actually come for a fly. Good on you. Put some of that study into practice.
Right.
What's with the
Okay.
cloudy conditions, Tim?
No, it's cloudy. It's cloudy where I am.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did storms. Okay.
I've gone like live weather, but changed it back to daytime, like sunrise.
Yeah, mine's
And
sunrise as well. Yeah.
It looks pretty special.
Phil, you can probably hear us, but your microphone's muted. There we go. There
Not
we go.
anymore.
Okay.
Hi guys.
Hey,
Should be
Phil,
Hey.
welcome, mate. Welcome. Nige, give us your best German, because I know you like speaking German.
Ja, guten Tag. Guten Tag, mein Freund. Wie geht's?
sehr gut. Danke und selber.
Ja, es geht mir gut.
Hey,
How do you know German?
Mein Deutsch ist schrecklich, ja. Ich spreche ein bisschen Deutsch, aber nicht viel.
Wo hast du Deutsch gelernt?
Wie bitte?
Wo oder warum hast du Deutsch gelernt?
Im Schule.
Ah, sehr gut.
Danke. I learnt
From
about.
what they've both said, is that they have large penises.
Not quite. Jeez.
I can confirm.
What, do we have large penises, or that's what we said?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh my god.
das ist schrecklich.
Phil, welcome. I hope we've made
To an
a
Australian
good
stream.
first impression.
I learnt German back in high school, and that now is a long time ago.
Yeah, but I mean, why German? I mean, there are only a few people on this planet speak actually German, so it doesn't really help you at all, does it?
Well, it does when I go to Germany. Rock up to a bar and can ich have a drei Weißbier bitte? Helps every time.
I think a lot of
True, yeah.
people, I think a lot of people are really confused, but
Yes.
impressed. I think they're very impressed, Nige, because that was outstanding.
Thanks, mate. You asked for it.
No, I did.
Oh,
Phil, let me introduce the boys. So we've got Nige, who you just spoke to.
hello.
Works at Sydney Airport as a safety officer.
Cool.
He's in the industry. We've got Matt as well. Lives on the Gold Coast. Flying with us.
Evening.
He doesn't sound
Hello.
happy, but he actually really is.
No, I am. I'm never a happy person.
And we've
True
got
story.
Tim. We've got Tim here as well. And
Hello.
I'm sure that you can see there's a few other people spawned in as well. So have you got the flight plan all good?
Yeah, I got it. I should be at the airport already.
Yep,
See all
yep,
the
we-
other guys
yeah,
there. Don't
We
Yep.
can see you. Can you see us?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, beautiful. All right, you ready to go?
Yeah, I'm pretty much ready to go. I'm sitting in the
Beautiful.
cockpit and burning
Alright.
fuel.
All right, let's go then, fellas. Let's make it happen.
I'll just follow you guys.
Yeah, sweet. All right,
You're the one that actually knows how to fly, so perhaps you should lead.
Yeah, you should. Because realistically,
know
we
where to
have
go.
no idea.
Oh, just do what we all do. Follow the magenta line.
Yeah,
That's too easy.
basically what we do, we take off, we hit autopilot, we talk rubbish, then we land.
Yeah, sounds good.
That just sounds like a normal
Normal
flight.
flight.
Yeah, it's a normal flight.
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much.
Oh, that's good.
You know what this looks like, boys? A mass casualty incident.
All these
Oh,
air
yeah.
ambulance
All
guys.
Heading to the power station that caught on fire today.
Yes,
Hey,
correct.
Jazz, Benjamin, take your brakes off.
He's
Yeah, that
for
helps usually for flying in.
it.
Oh, sorry.
Daffa,
Oh.
welcome, mate. Welcome.
It's time to go right through him.
Right, here we go. Oh, this is beautiful, fellas. Oh, jeez. Alright, oh, jeez.
Wow, it looks so good in the
Yeah,
daytime.
sick, eh? Okay. Sorry, let me just hit the NOS 100%. This thing doesn't have NOS, it's but it goes alright. It's pretty fast for what it is. Check it. Just home from rehearsal. Oh, nice, dude. Daffa, how was your flight to Darwin, mate? I saw that they're putting 330s on that. That's hectic. For Sydney to Darwin, that's mad. No, yeah, sorry, that was a bit of a shitty takeoff. My apologies. Alright.
Welche kommen Sie aus?
What?
I was just asking, Wilco, what town did you come from?
Where I'm coming from?
Yeah, welche Stadt kommen Sie aus?
Living in the western part of Germany.
Okay.
Near Düsseldorf.
Düsseldorf, okay.
Really?
Düsseldorf. Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Very
Very
nice.
close to Frankfurt.
Oh, how's the weather there at the moment? Because
Just don't ask about it. It's just we're 9 or 10 degrees Celsius and rain and wind and storm, and the other day we're thunderstorm. So it's just
Oh, is that right? Okay.
lovely springtime.
Yeah, beautiful.
I was about to say, you're only a week away from summer and you've still got rubbishy weather.
Yeah, absolutely rubbish.
Yeah.
Guy, just got your message. Are you doing that tonight, Guy? It's a big donation from Guy. He just messaged me. Oh, beautiful Phil. Yeah. So, in Sydney at the moment, it's cool. It's probably not that cold actually. Let me check. It's
So what's cold for you guys?
anything.
You gotta laugh.
Anything below 10, and we're all like calling in sick for work.
Below
Okay.
10. Oh, that's still pretty. Well, that's
Yeah, but
cool, I suppose.
That's
Cool to
not-
cold.
That's because you're from Sydney. Let's be honest. Cold is anything under 20
18
degrees.
for you.
Yeah.
That's right.
If it's got a 1 in front of it, it's pretty cold.
Well, when it's got below 0, then it's cold.
No, I
Absolutely.
think because we're like just coming into winter, and like it feels like temperature is 12 outside, and that's cold. Like that's, it's like it's not, but like for Sydney, it's pretty cool.
That's like
Um,
singlet and shorts weather for people over there.
Oh no, yeah, that's
Like
beach-
double
beach
digits,
weather.
happy days. That's it.
Nigel is
I
German now.
German. No, I'm not German,
He
Matt.
just speaks
Yeah,
German.
I just speak a little
Fantastically.
bit of German. I speak enough German to get me out of trouble, or
Yep.
get me into trouble, depending on how you want to look at it.
Or get you something to drink, I assume, as well.
That's right. Get me drinking and food. That's it. That's all I need.
That's exactly
That's all you
right.
need to survive rain.
All you got to remember is fast cost it does, and the people tell you how much it costs. Give them money. Just give them money. They'll give some back, hopefully.
And these days
Oh.
you're not even paying cash, you just give the credit card and then you never find out how much it actually was.
Until you get home.
Yeah, right. If you can get home, if you still can pay your ticket.
Like, that pretzel cost me how much?
Hello, Mork. Welcome, Mork.
Howdy, Mook.
Hey, Mook. It's
Hello.
been a while since she's been on.
What's that? Yeah, I know.
Been
I
a-
was thinking that.
Been a while since Mook has
Yeah,
been
yeah,
on.
definitely.
She just thought she'd come and stalk us for a little bit.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it,
why
that's
not?
it. So before we sort of rip in, does anyone have any questions for Phil about flying? Or I mean, I've probably got a few.
Yeah, I
Well,
got a few
I
as
do.
well.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh well. First question is, how long have you been flying the 7.3 for? And
7.4.
sorry, 7.4. And
There's your first strike.
yeah, well, I'm out. Look, it was nice knowing you. See you later. Thanks, guys. Great night. No, sorry. I meant to say 7.4, but the Wilco 7.3 threw me off.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, because I started on the 737, so back then when I first joined the internet, I was trying to use the username Wilco because that was my nickname at flight school. And then I started on the
Oh.
737, flew that for about 3.5 years. Then I got out to the MD-11, another 3.5 years, and now a little over 10
MD-11.
years. Yeah, and now a little over 10 years on the 747.
Oh, that's
Fantastic.
sick.
Well,
eh?
With Lufthansa,
Mine
is that
just-
correct?
Yeah, Lufthansa,
Yeah.
Lufthansa Cargo, and a couple of months for Hapag-Lloyd here in Germany with the 737s, 700 and 800.
Oh,
Oh,
very
that's
nice.
brilliant.
What was the MD-11 like to fly?
I loved it. It was like
Yeah?
Winter Garden. It was the huge cockpit, like huge windows. It's just perfect to sit there. So much space, and I loved flying it. It was just awesome. Treat her well, and she treats you well.
So-
We've noticed. Oh, sorry, Tim. I'll just
Yeah,
keep going.
go
if I
for it. I
can.
know what you're about to ask.
We've noticed at Sydney that landings can be quite spirited when there's a bit of wind blowing, and especially when there's crosswind blowing. Are they a difficult plane to land?
I tried to compare it to a sports car. There's a sports car which can handle close to the limit very nicely, and other cars just throw you off when you get close to the limit or just slightly above. So
Mhm.
the MD-11 is not so forgiving. Like on a 747, it's just like, well, flying at Cessna. It's so easy.
Okay.
The
Yeah,
MD-11,
yeah.
you just need to know what you do and stay away from any limits or get close to the limits. So better fly 5 knots faster than the minimum speed and
Yep.
right at the minimum speed, and you're fine. Never had any issues over
Okay.
3.5
Yep.
years.
Yeah,
So
nice.
What you're saying is big balls. Right,
If you
understood.
say
Basically.
so.
Yes.
It's like flying a tail dragger then. Got to be more precise.
You need to be careful. Yeah, it's tail tipping quite easily during off and unloading. Of course, you need to be careful of that. But more the ramp agent guys need to be careful.
Hey,
We
hey,
had
Daniel,
never
a
had any issues.
hey,
we had a Korean Air MD-11 sit on its tail at Sydney many years ago now,
that
and
was like,
yeah,
what, 2000s?
about that, yeah, they unloaded the car off the front and the back sat down. Oops.
Yeah, like that.
Hey, Phil, I got a question from Sean.
Go ahead.
747-400 versus the 8. Do you have a preference or like comparisons or?
No, I just love them both. I can't really tell. The 747-400 is more like the raw airplane, like the real 747 we know. Like
Yep,
I'm
yep.
not talking about the 200 and 100. I'm
Yeah, yep,
way
yep.
too young for that as well.
For sure.
But the 400 is just the raw airplane. Feels a little different. They're very similar to fly, but in some conditions like crosswind landings, they feel a little different. But I just enjoy them both
Right, okay.
very much.
So it's not like you have a flight coming up and you prefer one over the other. It's not like oh no, I've got like 400 today, or oh no, I've got 800, like the 8 today. Like it's just like you're happy to be whichever.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah, it's just
how good's
of
that?
course now I really would look forward to a flight with the 747-400, of course, because
Yep.
they get really rare these days.
Oh, for sure,
But
for
I'm
sure.
playing it, so I really hope that they come back. But we'll see
Yeah,
what the
yeah.
future brings.
Yeah, fingers
But
crossed,
it's
because
just yeah,
they-
absolutely.
that's it. They're holding the fort for the 400s at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah. I mean, it
G'day.
doesn't look like Qantas getting them back, right?
No,
No,
unfortunately
not at all.
not. Unfortunately
We
not.
wish. We wish.
Yeah, that would
Get
be awesome.
G'day, Liam. Got another question from Jasmine. What did you do to get your hours up before you started at an airline? So where did your career begin?
It started at Lufthansa flight training. Lufthansa has its own internship and scholarship, so I applied that. Went through all these tests, like 3 tests in total over a few days,
Yep.
and I passed all these tests. Then you just start flight training there, this Ab Initio program. So I
Oh,
couldn't fly
wow.
anything at all. And just started there.
Yep.
Went through all the flight training there, and then all of a sudden I was sitting in the simulator for the 737. So a little over less than 300 hours I started flying 737s.
So with the training, was that like a scholarship through Lufthansa, so they paid for it, or was that something where it was like a cadetship where you had to pay for it up front and then you work those, like that cost off while you're working for the airline?
That's both. They paid most of the training, and I had to pay a part of my own. I paid that for a couple of years, basically a loan, but because it was too much at the age of 21.
Yeah, the banks aren't too keen on loaning out big amounts of money, are they, when you haven't got a job yet?
Yeah, not even a job, and no house, no flat, no nothing. So it's just, well, the only good thing I had was the job in the future, because if you pass the flight training, you get a job offer for Lufthansa if they need pilots at the time. So that was quite awesome, getting from flight school right into the 737 cockpit. Very lucky.
Wow, that's
fantastic.
That's awesome, yeah. Because like especially like now, like there's a lot of, there's so many people like trying to get airline jobs, and it sounds like that you got a really good ticket through, like, sort of straight in, like, yeah, it sounds brilliant. Bloody hell, I didn't realize it was
Yeah,
like
it is.
that.
Lufthansa is doing that since day one, as far as I know. So there are hundreds, basically, I'd say 95% of the Lufthansa pilots are coming from its own pilot school.
Oh,
So
right, okay.
if you're going to another flight school and try to apply Lufthansa, your chances are very low to get accepted. Not because you're not good, but Lufthansa always took their own pilots and trained their own pilots to have the same standard for all of them.
That's
So
fantastic,
I don't
isn't
know
it?
So they're basically
I don't know
starting
when
them like from a blank slate, basically, and they can mold them to the way they want them.
Yeah, and the first day at flight school is in double check, so it's not like doing a PPL where you're just doing your stuff and fly for fun, basically.
Yep.
So the first flight hour in the airplane was already, you felt like you'll be trained to fly a big jet one day. So that's the training is
Right,
focused
okay.
on.
Fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Yeah, it was just awesome, of course. It was expensive, of course, but I mean, flight training is always expensive.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yes, it is.
Not really
For sure.
free.
Yeah,
But it was a
absolutely.
great opportunity, yeah.
That's a really great insight for that. Thank you for that.
Yeah, it's well answered. Das, welcome, Das. Eddie, quick question: how does the rostering work for the aircraft? Eddie, do you mean like aircraft scheduling, or like just maybe elaborate on that question a little bit, if that's okay? Daffa, one of our first class members, Phil, asks, what's the best airport you've flown into? Maybe in terms of like excitement or noteworthy airports that you are fond of.
I always dreamt flying into Los Angeles airport. So when I got this chance the first time, it was just like a dream coming true. I don't know. I just love this airport. It's just coming in over the mountains into the valley with this huge city there, and at the end you see the airport, and beyond is just the huge Pacific Ocean. I just love descending into that airport down there. It's just for the view. I mean, the most spectacular was actually Quito in Ecuador.
Oh yeah, I thought you might mention that actually.
Yeah, and we flew there with the MD-11. So that was quite interesting. We got a couple of hours in the simulator to train for that approach, and only the captain was allowed to land, but it's just breathtaking.
Oh
yeah, wow.
The elevations were just absolutely stunning. and these days, pretty much, it's Mexico City, because you're coming in over the city as well. It's quite a challenging approach, the high elevation. So these are basically quite stunning approaches.
Actually, I've flown into Mexico City once, obviously just as a passenger, and like not on flight simulator, like in real life, and that. I could not get over how big Mexico City is. It is huge.
It's massive. Yeah, it is absolutely huge.
Yeah,
and if you come into during night or during sunset, the sunset's behind the mountains. You have this beautiful light, and the mountains and the city, this huge city with all the lights, is just impressive. It's just amazing. Can't find any words to describe it. It's just amazing.
Similar, but it's too late for. Oh yeah, Jazz. Yeah, it's a little bit different here, isn't it? Will you ever come to Sydney, Australia? Can you? Oh, Phil. After COVID, whether it be 1 year or 10 years, we don't really know. Would you like to?
We'll see.
Would you like to come to Australia?
Oh, absolutely.
For like, not just spotting, but just to see the sights and stuff. Like, is it this part of your world on your sort of bucket list?
Absolutely, it is. Yeah, I've never been to Australia or any. The closest I've get was pretty much Kuala Lumpur or Singapore. This was close that I got to Australia or New Zealand. Right. And so it's definitely on my bucket list. I planned a trip in 2020 to do so. I want to do this longest flight from Newark to Sydney or the other way around.
Yeah.
And from Sydney I want to go to Singapore. I'm sorry, Newark to Singapore. And then from Singapore I wanted to go to Sydney. And from Sydney to Perth, from Perth to London.
Oh, yeah, that would have been sick.
Yeah, well. Dear Lufthansa, I'm sure we have some freight that needs to go to Sydney.
Not possible anymore.
Yes.
Of course,
what
G'day,
do you
that would be
need
on my list.
to convince them to bring Lufthansa to Australia?
Yeah, I mean they've been to New Zealand last year.
Yeah,
with the repat flights.
the 380s,
Christchurch. Yeah, that was quite amazing, but no Australia, and I doubt it'll come back.
Yeah, no, I'd like to see it happen, but I think that gone are the days of the European airlines flying into Australia. Like, British Airways plan to return, but whether they do, I hope it is. Like, they plan to come back with Dreamliners in like November, but
that would be cool. Yeah.
It's who knows?
Fingers crossed.
Sorry.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed. That's it. Do you know that I've actually photographed Lufthansa 747-400 in Sydney? It was maybe like
You did?
6 years ago. Yeah, it was on a charter flight for some orchestra, maybe a German orchestra.
Yeah, the Berlin Philharmonic.
That's
I don't know
it.
proper
Yes, it
name
was
in
too.
English,
Yes.
Orchestra. They always charter Lufthansa airplane, usually the 747, with the same crews. They know each other already, and then they fly to a couple of weeks all around the globe. It's just, and then you can see them in Australia as well.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
how do you get on a flight like that? Do you need to kneecap someone at the airport and you be the standby guy, or how do you get onto a flight like that?
No, this is I think it's always the same crew, so I don't know if it's actually selected, but I've never seen anybody requesting it or it being open for requesting, so it's just there, and I
Right.
guess they have the same guys doing that. Because they know each other then with the orchestra, and they hang out together as well.
What a great junket
Yeah,
to go on.
Imagine that.
How
Yeah.
good? How good's that?
G'day, Joel.
pretty
Sorry,
awesome.
Joel. So Danny asked where are you based. You already said near what was it? Near Dusseldorf.
Mhm.
But you obviously do most of your flying out of Frankfurt.
All of the flights.
All of
except
it,
for
yes.
It's based in Frankfurt,
Yeah.
so I'm flying in and out of Frankfurt.
So you transit to work,
Mhm,
or
I
do you
do.
stay there for a certain period of time?
No, it always depends. When you have a departure early in the morning, I'm just coming the night before,
Yep.
so that I get enough rest. I don't want to get up at 3 in the morning
For sure.
to do
For
a
sure.
12-hour flight afterwards. So it depends on the departure time. I arrive on the day a little earlier, grab some food, relax an hour, and watch some Netflix before
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
I meet the crew. So it always depends, but I usually stay at home and then drive to the airport while taking the train, and then it's just a little over 2 hours. So
Oh,
it's
okay. Oh, that's not too bad.
much of a
That's
commute. No,
yeah, it's not too
no.
bad. Hey, welcome back, Physics. Jacko, the biggest plane you can fly in this game is the 747, which is the plane Phil actually flies in real life. So that's we're not flying it at the moment, but yeah. So that's the biggest one you can do, the big jumbo. Yes, that's fascinating because like obviously I think lots of pilots like that fly for Virgin. A lot of them are actually not based in Sydney either. Like they're sort of like like an hour or two out of Sydney, so they do a lot of sort of driving and that. But I think just around Europe, the transport's probably a lot better and a lot faster. So you can
Yeah,
probably
we don't have so huge distances. I mean,
yeah, that's
if
it.
I live in Rome, it's in a little over an hour.
Right. Yes, yeah, it's a lot.
Of course, and it's so small compared to Australia.
Oh yeah,
Like,
that's it.
like so far we've been flying now for what, a good 15, 20 minutes, and we haven't found another town yet.
No.
like Phil's probably looking down and going, "What the hell's going on down there? Where are the people?" There's,
You see, it's just the landscape. I mean, it looks
That's-
beautiful, but
that's-
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
nothing.
It's just pure, like, just rugged, untouched terrain. That's it.
Yeah,
Like nothing, And I think that's why,
and
like,
you don't have that in Germany or even in Europe. I
oh
mean,
yeah, that's it.
if you need an airport to land, you just look down and you'll find one.
Yeah, like I think we just passed an airport that we could have landed at. Maybe.
What?
Well, actually, no, we didn't. We're not up to it yet.
there'd be airstrips down all over the place. So like, all the outback stations have got their own little airstrips. In fact, there's one pretty much underneath you now, Phil.
It is.
Down on the ground there, underneath Jasmine. Yeah,
Oh
there's
yeah,
like a little.
just off to our
There's like,
left.
yeah, there's like a little airstrip just down underneath you there.
No, I think that's a
you-
perfect plug. Sorry,
you can
Nige.
see. You're right. Well, that's the sort of place that the RFDS would pop into for
Yeah, that's it.
just some of their retrievals. I
Actually-
actually saw a retrieval last night from an RFDS pilot that I know that he landed on a road that it's a road most of the time, becomes an airstrip when they need it. So they'll block off the road and stick out some temporary lighting down the edge of the road out in the middle of nowhere, and they used that as an airstrip last night.
Yeah, that's like the old, like old school flying, like that. That doesn't happen anywhere. Like, well, in most places in the world, like the with the communities being so remote. I'm going to start my training. There Gold Coast. Eddie, anyone you can get into, I think.
Especially at the moment.
Yes, correct.
I think Wilco 737 may not know what the do you know what the RFDS is? Like, have you
The
Well,
Royal
what-
Flying Doctor Service. You heard about
Yeah,
it?
yes. So do you know what their purpose in Australia, what they do, and all that, or?
I know there was a TV show about that many years ago. It was
Yes,
in
there
13,
was.
and I watched that. I loved watching that show.
Mike Sheriff
Yeah, there you
Foxtrot. Mike Sheriff Foxtrot, come on in.
Old school ATC.
Oh,
Yes.
big time.
So, Matt, do you want to give Phil a bit of a rundown on what we're doing like as far as fundraising goes?
Yeah, for sure. So we've what do we start? 17th, 8th, 16th? I can't remember. So
16th
about 2
was.
weeks ago. No, a week ago?
Uh,
Yeah, about a week ago.
About a week ago.
A week
yeah.
and a few days ago.
17th,
Um,
17th, sorry. No, 16th, 16th.
We started 16th.
Yeah.
16th. We started a fundraising effort for the Royal Flying Doctor Service, just as part of the, the stream and the Discord that we have going, and reached out to the aviation community to see if they'd be willing to open their wallets and chuck a few dollars in, and just to help out the Royal Flying Doctor, because they're obviously, you might know, is that they're a non-for-profit charity, so pretty much they rely on donations and to continue to operate and support these these outback communities that don't have the flexibility of driving 20 minutes to a major hospital for anything really. So yeah, so we kind of reached out to the Australian aviation community, and asked for people to see if we could raise $500, and within 3 hours?
Not even.
4 hours?
Not just under 3
Say-
hours, I think it was.
We'll say we'll say around 3 to 4 hours. We raised $1,000. So we doubled what our goal was, and yeah, so we're kind of going to continue doing that until the end of the month, and then one of our awesome loyal members has done something on his Instagram for the last week, whereas every like he gets, he'll donate $1, and then once he got to, what was it, Tim?
I
160
think
something?
he got like 160 in the first day or two.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And then on the last day, or 24 hours, or what was it, 48, he raised it to $2 a like. So we're close. I think he's going to donate around $200 tonight, so that will get us up into around $1,200, nearly $1,300 in donations
it's
to these
crazy.
guys.
Actually,
That's great. Yeah. Cool.
Guy, if you're there, are you going to finish that tonight, or what are we doing? Oh, there he is. You are here. Hey, g'day Fletcher. Hey boys, I'll be back in a sec. Little one's just woken up.
You're up?
Hold the fort.
Nige, can you you man it? I'll be back in a sec too.
Yeah, copy that. All right, well, yeah, we'll speak German. No, just kidding. That'll have them confused.
Well, I can speak, it's no problem for me at all, but I guess most of the viewers won't understand a lot then.
You'll get lots of me saying, ich verstehe nicht, ich verstehe nicht. I don't understand. You'll get me saying lots of that, because like I said, my German's enough to sort of get me by, but it's not enough to hold in-depth conversations with anyone, so...
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
But,
I don't know how much you learned in German, how long, so...
Oh, look, it was a long time ago. We're talking like mid-80s that I was learning German, so
Okay.
it's
yeah, that's a couple of years ago.
it's been quite some time. Look, I'm lucky in that there's people that I've met through work that I have been able to speak German with along the way as well, so I can sort of have the little conversation with people, just to sort of keep in touch, I suppose, with it. And yeah, I was fortunate enough back in 2017 to go to Munich and spend a bit of time in Munich, Austria, Switzerland, even Croatia. Lots of people in Croatia speak German, and yeah, so got to practice it a bit there, which is good. Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, spent a few weeks on a motorcycle over there, just enjoying the Alps.
Perfect, yeah. That sounds
Yeah.
like nice.
Oh, it was epic holiday, just epic. We were hoping to go back last year, but unfortunately, COVID killed all that. So yes, but anyway,
Probably next year or the year after. We'll see how it
We're
comes
set-
out.
we're certainly hoping so. Hope so.
Take me with you. I want to go to.
Can you ride a motorcycle? Come on over. Well, you've got a year to learn.
Well, you know, in motorcycles they have that little pod next to it that you can just attach onto your motorcycle, and I can sit in there
Oh,
while
can I
you drive.
Can I tell you
I'll have-
something?
I'll have
The-
my
the
iPad with Netflix.
Can I tell you something? The Alps are the sort of place where I wouldn't prefer to take the family for a drive through the Alps, because it's just so many corners. I cannot imagine what it would be like to be a passenger in a sidecar in the Alps. That would just be I reckon it'd be horrid, absolutely horrid. But on two wheels where you can like lean through the corners and Yeah, gas it between each hairpin. Beautiful. Just next level.
Yeah, it's absolutely fun for sure. Yeah.
Oh, it's great fun.
Totally.
Do you Phil? Do you do any flying outside of your work with Lufthansa? Do you I know a lot of German pilots love their gliding. Yeah, is that the sort of thing that you get into as well?
No, never. I always thought about that, but flying is rather expensive here if you're doing on your own with small airplanes.
Mhm.
And it's just I do a lot of flying in the airplane when at work.
Yep.
I would love to do it as well. It's just quite time consuming. It's
Mhm.
rather expensive, and so that's why I'm not doing any flying at all.
Okay.
Outside my job, it's just on flight simulator sometimes, and that's basically it.
Yep. Okay.
Um,
That. Go on, Tim.
no,
And,
you go
and gardening
finish.
is not my stuff either.
So what was that last bit?
I'm not typical German. I don't like gardening at all. My wife's doing all that stuff.
By the way, if anyone doesn't already, you can follow Phil on Insta. I just wanna, give you a bit of a shout out, Phil. Follow him on Insta. It's Wilco737. Pretty obvious, but I've been a long time follower of you, and I love your story times. So basically, obviously it hasn't been so much now, but pre-COVID, you'd do like a multi photo story about your basically flight from start to finish, and it was brilliant. So I think, and that's not something I've seen anyone else do, so that's bloody awesome, and I think that's what sort of got me onto your account. So if anyone doesn't follow you already, what the hell are you waiting for?
So Phil's just
Great.
opened up his
Thanks,
Instagram and suddenly he's got like
He's
one
got
from me and one from
extra-
someone else and
one
someone else
from
and someone else. He's
me.
probably just going
Yep.
ding 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 ding.
Hey, Jacko, it's the
Yeah, but
Hyper
the
X, mate.
story time, I don't know how it actually happened. I just doing uploading photos all the time. Then all of a sudden, some day I thought, well, we could do a short story about my flight, taking some pictures, doing a little description, explanation, whatever, and showing some landscapes and so. And I get so much feedback, positive feedback, thank God. And it was just, keep doing that. It was awesome. Just keep doing it. Well, and since then, I almost did it for every flight.
Yeah.
That's
No,
cool.
I
So
love it. I
it's a
think
little time consuming, but it's absolutely worth it. People just love it, and it will be back. And it looks like it will be back next week. If my license comes on time, I'll be back in the air next week.
Oh,
That's
brilliant,
awesome.
brilliant. That's unreal.
It's story time as well, of course.
have you got a next flight or next trip booked?
Not yet. The roster should come out today or tomorrow.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I saw the first information I saw was going to Sao Paulo. But
Ooh,
this
okay.
still can change. That would be my first trip then.
Yep.
And yeah, the 12-hour flight through the night
Oh,
with a beautiful sunrise
how
over
do
the
you-
South Atlantic.
how do you manage the night flights? Like, do you find it difficult, like, or are you just so used to it, it's just like, just like nothing?
I actually don't mind. Of course, you get tired at some point, but we have a break. We have 3 pilots, so it's
Yep.
not like you're sitting there for 12 or 13 hours during the night.
Yep.
So it's fine. Of course, you get tired at some point, but not that tired that you cannot fly anymore. So then you take a break, and then you're good again. It's just you prepare for it a day or two before that flight. If you know you have a night flight,
For sure.
I just change my sleeping habits a little bit, or even sleep on the couch during day, of course, or go to bed at noon and sleep for 2 hours. So just to prepare myself
Yeah,
for that
yeah,
flight.
That sounds like my preparation for night shift. It's much the same. It's like I do film my rosters like 12 hours shifts each time. Day shifts start at 4:30 in the morning, finish at 4:30 in the afternoon, and night shifts obviously start at 4:30 in the afternoon, finish at 4:30 in the morning. So before that first night shift, like I'll get up as late as I can in the day, but then I'll have a sleep at about midday for a couple of hours, just to sort of help me get into the night shift. But again, like you said, you get tired through 12 hours of night time. Your body's screaming at you saying, it's night time, what are you doing awake? Go to sleep, go to sleep. And so yeah, I'll use my break times to have a bit of downtime and just refresh a bit, I suppose. And that's enough to get me home in the morning.
Yeah, and
That's
for
it.
us, I mean, it's a 12-hour flight. You're just 11 hours of cruise flight, I'd say, and half an hour climb and half an hour descent, roughly, more or less. And so the 11 hours you just split into 3 parts. So everybody gets a little over 3 hours
Yeah, so you'd be feeling pretty good then, wouldn't you?
of break, 3.5 hours.
Mm.
So
Yep.
that's quite a lot of sleep actually at night. If it's not too bad, you can sleep 3 hours and then you're not rested, of course. You haven't slept like in your own bed, but it's definitely it's a good sleep. I sleep well on the airplane, and then it's just 6 hours to go on land. And then you
Nice.
sleep on the bus towards the hotel, and then you're wide awake when you're at the hotel room.
Everyone probably crashes out.
Yeah, pretty much. On the bus, it's usually after those flights, it's pretty quiet. Yeah, everybody's earplugs or headphones,
yeah.
and then just listening to music, and then
Yeah, no one's
waking
ready
up
to go
when we
for
leave the hotel.
to do some
Yeah.
sightseeing.
I've got a question. So,
Sure.
when you're flying in, you know, you've got autopilot on and everything seems to be, you know, all well and good. What do you guys do, like in the like to I guess to kill time, but also to keep yourselves alert and awake, you know, if something were to happen? So what do you guys do to do that?
Yeah, of course, during cruise flight, there's not so much work to do like in a takeoff or landing or approach. But still some stuff to do, especially if you're flying long-haul flights. You always need to look for airports where you can land to in case something goes wrong. So that's basically most of the time you check every, let's say, 10-15 minutes to see if the airport you've chosen for alternate is still valid. Like going to Sao Paulo from Frankfurt, you have all the airports in mainland Europe, of course, but once you leave mainland Europe, there are not too many airports anymore. Once you hit the coast of Brazil again. So you just check airports, then you check your flight plan if the fuel is the fuel consumption is as planned.
Yep.
And yeah, you observe the systems, the autopilot, and talk to ATC. Especially ATC is a little troubling sometimes over the South Atlantic. The quality isn't too good, not ATC wise, but the voice, the
Like the
quality is rather bad.
yeah,
But
yeah,
it keeps you busy, but not bad. It's not stressful.
yeah,
And then, of course, you take pictures, you look out the window, you talk to your colleague, but we're not allowed to read or watch a movie or do anything. That's definitely not allowed, and we don't do that.
Oh, right.
We're
So,
not
Yeah,
there.
of course.
We're not getting paid for sitting there and reading a newspaper or so.
yeah. Jacko, thanks for the follow, man. Appreciate it.
What, Phil, when you do the like the flights into the various airports, are there particular regions where you like? I mean, obviously your English is fantastic, but are there regions where you struggle with other people's English accents?
Of course, absolutely. The first long-haul flights I had took me to Kazakhstan, to Astana, and it was a
Borat.
yeah, pretty much.
High five.
I haven't met him there, and nobody was wearing this green swim suit or
Bikini.
whatever it's called. Yeah, of course it sounds different. After that, we flew to Shanghai. China, it's another different accent, and it's just completely different.
oh yeah, that would have been interesting for sure.
But you get used to that.
There's
Because
certain-
they speak English. It sounds different as well. So yeah, you just get used to it over time.
Are there places where you I guess struggle to keep up with the speed of it? And the reason why I ask that is I've heard air traffic control from places like JFK, even LAX, and the speed that the controllers are sometimes like firing instructions out, and even like with the various American accents that they've got, it can be really difficult trying to keep up with exactly what they're saying, and some of the local terminology is different as well compared to what say we use out here in Australia. Do you find that difficult to get sort of your head around, or do you pick up on that pretty quickly? How do you find that?
It actually works. Today you can watch on or listen to ATC on liveatc.com and all these websites these days, so you can prepare yourself a little bit what you're expecting.
Mhm.
And on the other hand, if you're going to JFK, let's say, you have a flight plan, so you expect a routing, you expect the points, so it's not like a surprise you get completely different arrival route or a different runway assigned. So it's basically something you assume what's going to happen next.
Yep.
And and of course you have another guy sitting next to you who has been there a couple of times, and then he just helps you. And if I don't understand anything, I'll just tell them, dude, say again. Of course, I leave away the dude. Say again.
Imagine dropping that in Shanghai, dude.
I should try that once, see what happens.
Yeah, so that,
I mean, the guys, they have a pretty stressful job, and they need to talk quickly, of course, and it just works pretty well. And if you simply don't understand, just tell them, say again, until you actually understand what he wants from you, because just assuming what he wants from me
Yep.
can be dangerous. So
Yes.
yeah, so they're basically just confirming on what you're expecting to hear.
most
more
of
or
the
less.
times, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah. Of course, if you have weather deviation or runway change or weather, then of course it can change. But if we scheduled for the Kennebank arrival, we get in via.
Yeah, I see.
Tim, sorry, I've just been
the
told to
other
descend.
airplanes.
Okay, sweet. By the way, we just had a $50 donation by my dad.
Oh,
Yeah.
Thanks, Dad.
thank you, Mr. Barry.
So
Nice
we're
work.
up to 11:30 at the moment. By the way, I might as well rip in just while I
What?
think of it before we descend. About Guy. So obviously we spoke about Guy before. So he got in total 173 likes for $1.
Boom. How good's that?
Yep. And 61 likes for $2, bringing his donation to $295.
That's huge. Guy, take a bow. That
100%.
$295.
Yeah. So,
a question from John
oh yes,
up
good
in up in
question,
Bris
John.
Vegas. Has Phil ever experienced an Elmo's fire?
A fire?
St. Elmo's fire.
I think Elms one. Now I got it. Yes, I did. Yeah, but I tried to take pictures or videos of it, but it's well, my phone camera, couldn't do it at all. So we just enjoyed it. But it's quite impressive. It's just like you're sitting there, and all of a sudden, like the windows are like lightning strikes, or looks like it. But it's just quiet. You don't hear anything. You don't feel anything. It's just nice to look at.
So
So it's actually happening on the windscreen itself that you're seeing like what looks like what appears to be lightning going across your windscreen.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
is
Yeah,
it
wow.
kind of,
You don't hear anything. You don't feel anything. It's just there, like somebody switches on a light bulb. If you want to express it like that.
is
Can
it
you
kind
touch
of,
the windscreen?
Yeah, you can touch the windscreen. Nothing
Okay.
happens.
Jeez, imagine someone the first time ever finding that, you'd shit yourself, wouldn't you?
Yeah, oh no.
If you
Was
didn't
it
know
kind
about
of-
it.
Like the first time that you saw it, was it kind of like, oh crap, what's that? Or was it
Not
was it
really.
shocking, or was it just like, oh look at this, like?
Yeah, we're just looking at it and looked over to the captain and said, "Dude, what's this?" And he just explaining and said, "Oh yeah, right.
Because
I heard about that, but never seen it before. So we just didn't try. Yeah.
yeah.
That's cool. That's a great
Yeah.
question, John. That's
Yeah,
a
good
great question.
Yeah.
Johnny's from Brisbane asking that question. That was good, yeah, because it'd be unbelievable to see. Is it a very, very rare sight?
It is. Yeah, you need to have quite the Let me see how I can express it in English. In German, it would be a lot easier for me.
Yeah.
So Nigel, can you
Can you translate?
Ja, natürlich.
Yeah. No, just
Ich
try.
habe keine Ahnung.
Me neither. No, it's
I
just
ju-
basically you need a lot of electricity in the air, like if you're flying close to thunderstorms usually. So you need to have a lot of energy in the air.
Yep.
So you don't have that in clear air. Basically, when you're flying through clouds or pretty close to clouds, and then this actually happens. So it's not on a clear sunny day with 40 degrees. You don't see that.
Right.
So
I
it's
see.
so I don't know how it exactly works with the windshields, but you need to have all this energy in the air.
Yeah, so you
like
just
close to
basically
thunderstorms.
just need perfect conditions.
So you don't see. I've seen that only a handful of times, not too often.
Yeah.
Does it only happen at certain altitudes, or you can see it at the lower levels as well?
Good question. Next question. No, I don't know.
Not sure. Okay.
It seems
I
like there's
don't know.
quite a lot of unknown about it, which is kind of fascinating.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you go to some kind of national weather observation websites or so, I'm pretty sure all these airplanes flying into hurricanes and stuff, they experience this as well, and I'm pretty sure they have some
Right,
data
okay.
about it.
Yeah,
But
wow.
I've never checked, so that would be maybe an idea.
Yeah, interesting.
It's
Guy,
time.
the... Oh,
It's
sorry.
time to descend. I think I'm like
Yeah, just
19,000 feet, and I can see the destination.
Yeah, I'm thundering down now. Guy, the extra 24
How,
hours raised
how quick are
120k.
you
That's
going?
sick.
How,
I'm
Awesome,
doing
guy.
230 knots.
it looks like I'm 100 miles behind you.
I've
That's
gone
right.
past the waypoint Hotter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm halfway.
Can you see Hotter?
Yeah.
I'm halfway
It's
between
behind me.
Hotter and Longreach.
So
Got a question from Ben. Have you ever experienced an emergency? I guess as a
Luckily,
pilot or a passenger,
not.
like touch wood,
No,
obviously.
never.
Touch wood.
Never. I did. My flying career is so unspectacular regarding emergencies and all
No,
that
but
stuff, and I'm happy
it says
about it.
that's a
I'm
good
really
thing.
happy.
my flying career is unspectacular, says the guy who flies 747s. Right. Next question.
Yeah, maybe it's because I'm flying the 747 because it's so redundant, and even if one hydraulic system fails, no big deal. Two, well, bigger of a deal. But you always can get in flaps. You can get the gear down. You have brake pressure, so it's nothing to worry about. Even if you lose two engines, the airplane's still capable to fly.
Yep.
It's still capable to go around at your destination with two engines out. So I mean, we're talking about the 747 here. So
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
crazy, isn't it?
so there's one case you can look it up on YouTube. There's a 747 had an engine failure after climb out of JFK on the way to Frankfurt, and they returned today. And you need to listen to the ATC guy. He was already disappointed that Lufthansa was not declaring emergency because it's just an engine failure. We have still 3 engines left. Per definition, by Boeing, it's not an emergency. You can continue to your destination if that would make sense.
Yep.
Of course, it doesn't, so they returned to JFK. And then JFK
Wow.
controller asked, "Will it be an overweight landing?" Nope, not even that. It sounds like he was really disappointed.
So it just goes to show how superior it is.
It's
to-
just
to,
an amazing
you know,
airplane.
yeah.
I mean,
Physics, both series, mate. Both 408.
yeah, absolutely. I just love it. I feel so safe and comfortable in there. It's just, it feels like nothing can really, well, harm us at any way. It's just no matter what happens,
Well,
which is
I'll be back.
Opening,
just
isn't
order
it?
coffee and think about what's going on, so don't get into stress. Just so relaxing. It's just amazing. Love it.
What did you think of the 7.3? Did you enjoy flying that for the short time that you did?
Absolutely, yeah. It was basically my first love, you know, and you never forget your first love.
Yeah.
That's where it all started, the flying career. My dream came true on the 737. I always wanted to become a pilot, and the 737 then made it possible. And I just felt like a little kid in a candy store. I was so happy, and it was so enjoyable, so nice to fly, so easy to fly, so forgiving as well, and powerful as well. Especially the 500 series. It's just
Yeah. So I was going to say, what variants have you?
Right?
Mhm.
Why
all the
is
737s are called this. Yeah, I did a little research the other day because I was asking that myself. Everybody at Lufthansa calls the 737, no matter what, 100 to 900 series, it's always called Bobby. And then a little research, there's a book about the 737 and its mother and father, and the mother is 707, father is 747, I think I remember. And the little 737 was just called Bobby. And just because of this book, everybody at Lufthansa calls it 737 Bobby.
Is that right?
Wow.
That's funny,
It's
isn't
as
it?
simple as that. Yeah, you can look it up. It's obviously only in German, that book.
Yeah, yeah.
I think
So Nigel will be able to read it.
the book is called "Mein Name ist Bobby." My name is Bobby.
My
And
name
it's
is
quite
Bobby.
cute. It's
Oh,
quite
that's
nice.
sick.
Mhm.
Because I flew the 737-500 years ago from Amsterdam to Frankfurt, and I remember at some point someone referred to it as Bobby, and I've seen it on maybe jet photos or whatever. You know, people saying, "Oh, Bobby, blah blah blah, Bobby's retiring," all that sort of stuff. And I was like, "Why do they call it Bobby? It's such such a random name." You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's just a random name. If the creator of this book would have named them, I don't know, Peter, would be called Peter. I guess it's just this book is
Oh,
so cute and everybody at Lufthansa knew it. They just called it Bobby and that's it. So the creator of that book called the 737 Bobby, and everybody adapted to
and
it.
everyone
At
just
Lufthansa.
did it from now. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's weird. It's weird but
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Now I know the story.
Yeah.
That's great, isn't it?
Sean asks, your hardest landing. Have you had it like? Obviously, it's maybe wind related or something. Like, have you had any noteworthy firm landings?
Of course. It's the internet always talks about the butter landing, butter the
Oh,
bread.
yeah.
This landing, I see that a lot, but a soft or a butter landing is not always a good landing. It always depends.
Yeah. Well,
But of
it
course, I
depends on
had
the
some.
scenario. Yeah.
It depends on various factors.
Yep.
So basically, of course, I had some harder landings. I never had a hard landing where the airplanes need to be inspected afterwards.
Yeah. Yep.
So if the landing is too hard, the airplane sends a message to our maintenance guys, and then inspection needs to be done. I've never had that one, but of course, I had some. We call it positive touchdowns, because hard landings always sound so bad, so we call them positive landings. But I had a couple of them, yeah, on all airplane types. Yeah.
Yeah. I suppose
I've
that's just part of it, I guess.
I have lots of positive landings.
Especially
I
on
have-
flight sim.
Yeah, I have many positive landings on flight sim.
I have lots in real life.
Oh boy.
Uh,
Well, my flight instructor always keep that in mind. My flight instructor on the first hour, he told me, Mark was his name. He just told us, guys, I don't care what you're doing out there, and what happens if you crash. It's horrible. I just want you two guys stand here right in front of me and tell me what happened. So for him, it was just important that we get the airplane on the ground somehow. He doesn't care about the airplane, even if it's broken. I don't care, as long as you two guys stand right here in front of me and tell me what happened, so
Well,
that we are safe. And
that's
that was
it.
just amazing.
As long as you can walk away from it.
well, that's right. Any landing you can walk away from is a good one. Any landing where you can give the airplane to someone else to use is a better one.
It's the perfect landing then, yeah.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's bang.
And that was the
bang
most
on.
important thing for him, yeah.
Tim, how low are you? Because I just want to know how low I should be descending to.
Oh, right now I'm at 2,300. I mean,
Yeah.
yes.
2400, yeah.
You looking good, are you?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I might go down to
I'm-
like 3
I'm down to 4,500 at the moment.
in the meantime.
No, you're behind me, and I'm still at 6,000.
That's correct. See,
I'm behind
it's
all of you guys.
that's
I
that's
can't
what
even
my
see you guys anymore.
that's
Oh, you
what
can't
my
say
flying
us?
Matt, that's what my flying instructor called the 6 P's. Prior preparation prevents piss poor performance. That's why I'm
Yeah.
down. That's why I'm down low. See.
I heard
I
that
see.
one before as well, yeah.
Can you not see
It's-
us?
Jasmine, if you're listening, that's my advice to you too.
Oh, Jasmine's game's crashed, so she's
Her-
just
she-
watching.
She's following you, but the 6 P's are very important with flying.
Hmm. And of course, in small airplanes, always use your big right foot for the right rudder.
That's
I
right.
don't know how often I've that heard from my flight instructor. Dude, use your big right foot.
You don't need to on most of the little spam cans, but yeah, tail draggers you do.
Yeah,
Descending
but
with all reverses at 3,000 feet a minute. Physics.
Physics,
boy.
physics is howling at it. Actually, where is he?
I can't see him.
I can't see him tonight.
No, I can't see him either.
I think I did see him when we left, but
He's not about to crash into me, so he's not above me. I don't know where he is. Can't see him.
Phil, you mentioned earlier this is your first time playing like multiplayer flight sim.
for me, well, I did it maybe 20 years ago.
Oh, okay,
No,
okay.
I did that when I started with the flight training. I did some multiplayer, but since then I haven't done that. And I just got the new Flight Simulator 2020
Yeah, yep.
not too long ago. So it's basically the first
Well-
time I'm doing this.
Oh, beautiful.
multiplayer
Because
play.
it tends to bug out sometimes, and sometimes players will disappear and reappear. So
Okay.
can you see any of us?
I can only see that airfield guy. That's the
That's
only
me.
guy I
Oh,
can see.
okay. So
Yeah.
I can see you. I think everyone else can see you. But some
I just thought
it's
you
very
just
common.
disappeared, or I was too slow, or so whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
So you just
I
left
think
me
it's
here
common.
in the middle of
Oh,
nowhere of
we
Australia.
we normally fly with the throttles to the firewall, so
Yeah, pretty much.
Of course.
But yeah, we normally just like mucking around, so we're normally just like hammering it the whole way.
Of course. I mean, it's not the real life. You just go full throttle.
That's
You
it.
don't
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
care
That's
about
it.
fuel or environment, so
No,
just
that's it.
go.
I'm not repairing this plane at the end of it.
No, that's it.
How would you compare the 7.4 in this to real life?
Horrible.
Okay.
So that's basically all I can say. I just downloaded it and tried the 747. It doesn't feel at all like the real airplane. Not at all.
So,
Sorry to
'cause-
say that for Microsoft, but if you're listening Microsoft, you need to do some work on that. It
Too
just
bad.
doesn't feel like a airplane.
I think PMDG's bringing one out though, aren't they? Like a 747 for here. So
That's what I've heard, yeah.
I hope, because I'd actually be keen on getting it, because like as you probably know, I'm a 747 lover, and I want to try it out. Because I tried the PMDG 747-400 on FS 2004, and it was sick. So I want to try it again
Yeah,
on
it
this,
is.
because I never really got into
still-
Flight Simulator X.
Yeah, I did that, and I'm still using that until recently, of course, because the combination out of FSX with the PMDG 747 is just awesome. If you check my YouTube, there you can see the latest flight from Vienna to Innsbruck with a 747. I know, a typical route for the 747,
Yeah,
but this Arnav approach runway 26 into Innsbruck. Of course, the scenery is not as good as here on the 2020 version,
yeah,
but the system depth of the PMDG is just amazing. I mean, you can prepare yourself for the 747 type rating to get yourself familiar with the cockpit, where the switches are, how the
yeah. Do you think that the
it's
like
absolutely incredible.
with the
Oh,
like,
hey.
sorry,
Mate?
Oh,
Oh,
nice. That's just gone
did a-
formation flying with me. Looks
I
good.
did a loop just to fly next to Nige.
oh
Yeah, you did well. Looks good.
that's good teamwork.
It
Oh.
looks great. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, Phil, do you think that you know, using like Flight Simulator or Prepared or whatever, Prepare 3D, whatever they call it, I'm not really sure, but using the 747 on there, do you think it would be good for like sharpening your skills when you're not flying? To use that, like as far as how the aircraft reacts to the real thing, do you think it's it's pretty close?
No, not flying with the flying physics cannot really simulate it pretty well on the flight simulator.
Yeah,
It
I
doesn't
see.
matter if it's FSX or P3D or however it's called, or X-Plane 11.
Yeah.
It's nice, and you can train yourself to keep your eyes moving. That's what my instructor always said as well.
Yep.
So just check all the instruments all the time, so that you're staying up to date with this. But flying wise, it's not really.
It's not
A little
comparable,
bit
yeah.
really. No, not really. So if you want to get used to the systems, to how the cockpit looks like, where the switches and the buttons are, that's absolutely helpful for sure.
Yep.
And but the flying characteristics, not really. But of
It's-
course, just keeping your eye moving to all the instruments, and you're checking all the time during the flight.
Yep.
You can train that and stay up to date with that.
Right,
But
okay.
flying characteristics, not really.
So what you're saying is, if I was on a Jetstar A320 and both pilots were incapacitated, I wouldn't be able to land the plane from flying flight sim.
I don't know. I've seen that people try that in real flight simulators, the level D ones we are using to train, and some of them landed, but some of them didn't. I mean, if you have some knowledge about airplanes, you can always get instructions for the setup for the auto land and let the airplane do its landing. So that should be possible. But landing itself on the 320, I don't know. On the MD-11, I don't think so.
Yep.
So you definitely need to know how to land that airplane. And
Well,
I don't know.
I'll give you a little insight. I can't land a 152 in this game, so I don't think an A320 in real life is going to be any
it's
better.
probably not going to be much different.
Well, the principle is the same. If you pull on the stick, well, you climb. If you push on the stick, you descend. And the principle is the same. It just reacts a little different, and of course a little faster as well.
I'll give you a hint, Matt. If you've got the fuel, don't try and land at the Gold Coast. Come down to Sydney where we've got... Actually, no, don't come to Sydney, but go somewhere where you've got 4 kilometres of runway and you can... it doesn't matter if you come in just a little bit fast.
I'll go to Amberley where they've got the things for the FA-18s to
The arresters.
Yeah.
The arrestor cable.
I'll get someone to go outside the aircraft, put a few, I don't know, find a bit of rope and put it on there, and then we'll be fine.
I'd arrest an A320. Good on you.
Got a question from Ben, and he says, "What's the pilot's perspective on the shark skin?" Is that what he means? Shark skin technology?
I haven't read too much about it. Just saw the publication there a few days ago, and it seems to be quite impressive because it should really reduce friction and drag, and really helps reducing the fuel costs and CO2 emissions. So everything they do to improve that is just great. I mean,
Yeah.
so they need to do a lot of research there and improve that, and they do that all the time. So I'm definitely in favor for that.
Yeah,
They implement it more often if it works very well.
Question for physics.
What's your favourite airport to fly into? If there's a place that you just love to go back to, time after time, whereabouts is it?
There are actually 2, and these are the airports I've been to the most. Is Los Angeles, as I said earlier, just like love going there, and Seattle as well. Like the
Seattle,
approach
okay.
coming in the Pacific Northwest, just beautiful.
Nice.
Yes, Seattle's beautiful. Seattle's
Flying
beautiful,
along
isn't
the
it? When the
factory.
weather's nice.
Oh, we're about to land here right now.
Yeah. Do you
Oh
know,
boy, I'm way too fast. Sorry.
random question. Do you know the significance of this airport?
Actually, I don't. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Well, geez, he's way high and way fast.
that's
And
okay.
you caught up nicely.
So
Oopsie.
this is the airport that Qantas was founded at. And
Oh, really?
Yeah, so this is long reach, and that's why all the 747s were called long reach. So
I
now,
see.
when you
There
see
you
long
go.
reach on the front of the 74s or in
Yeah.
photos, you'll be able to say, "Oh yeah, I've landed there." With the
Well, I'm
boys.
not landing there yet.
No.
Just doing-
He's checking out the windsock.
Yeah. No, I didn't know that. I was asking myself, why they have this wrong reach written on there, and I was.
Yeah. So
"Mate,
it's named
never
after
did
this
read
town.
there you
Sorry,
go."
Nigel, I'm gonna...
And the airport that we started at, called Cloncurry, is actually the first place that the RFDS flew from. That's the home of the Royal Flying Doctor Service.
Yes.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So it's
Sweet,
quite
I
a bit
learned
of
something today.
Australian history tonight. Yeah,
Yeah.
a
So
bit
I'm
high on the
the right
pappies.
downwind now.
Sorry, Nigel.
You're right, man. I'm a little high.
We're landing on 04, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just did a low approach.
Matt.
Runway's clear. You can land there now.
Matt,
Thanks for
right
checking.
underneath me. I'm still coming over the top of you, Matt. Here we go.
It's alright.
I need to slow down. I'm still doing 200 knots here.
Just throw the gear out, throw the
Yeah,
flaps
that'll
out. You'll
slow
slow down.
These are King Airs. They can land on anything, mate.
That's it. Oh, how'd that look, Matt?
Oh, I wasn't watching. I was too busy watching
Thanks.
Ben. Nah, look good.
I've got another question from Sean. Sean's of Malaysian heritage, so don't feel obligated to say Kuala Lumpur. But do you have a favourite Asian airport to fly to
Favorite
or to
Asian
visit?
airport. That's a good question. Well, Tokyo, Haneda, the approaches are quite impressive, and
Oh,
Hong
yeah,
Kong as well.
Late
I've
turns,
never been
right?
to. Yeah, and rather short runway sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, okay, interesting. Hey, Tokyo Haneda is beautiful, especially for spotting as well. It's cracker airport.
Oh yeah, lots of pictures I took there. And,
Oh yeah.
I'm still fast.
Sean's actually asked another question. He's asked this is more of a, you probably won't get it, it's more of an inside joke, but would you rather fly a 747 or drive car 2 around Sydney Airport?
Sean. Fair dinkum.
Well, flying, always. I just love flying so much. So just flying.
Is that even a comparable question?
I don't know. Just, I know
Oh,
Sean
look-
Sean does love his car too.
Yeah, he loves car too.
Look,
Well, I do
it's-
I like cars as well. I'm a car geek as well, but
Oh, are you?
Oh no! Look,
Oh,
the car that I
yeah.
drive around the airport, you wouldn't like that at all.
The street's just
What kind of car?
It's no Mercedes. It's no Porsche.
Oh, boy.
It's a Mitsubishi Challenger, I think it is.
All right. And is it a challenge to drive?
Um, I got to be careful what I say here, folks.
now that we're talking about
Put it this
cars,
way, it's a four-wheel drive, so
Yeah.
So what car do you drive?
At least something. Are you coming? Well, you were broken up.
Yeah, sorry,
sorry.
just broke up then. Yeah.
What car do you drive in? Like, what car do you own?
I got a Mercedes.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was-
German guy drives a German car.
When I was in Munich back in 2017, we had a look at where the Mercedes dealership is in Munich, and it's funny because Munich's obviously the home of BMW, and yet they've got Germany's biggest Mercedes dealership is right in the heart of BMW land.
Yeah. Keep your friends close and your enemies even closer.
Absolutely, and I'm pretty sure you would have been there, Phil. But there's like the windows there. There's like it's like a wall, and they have every single model of Mercedes that they produce is like it's about 4 or 5 stories tall, and it must go for a couple of 100 meters. It's massive, and it's all the Mercedes models there, and they're all painted silver. And yep, you can see them from miles away. It's quite an impressive display room.
Yeah, I can imagine. Sounds awesome. Absolutely. Yeah.
It's just the biggest middle finger to BMW you've ever seen. It's quite funny.
I drove a
Pretty
BMW
much,
last week.
yeah.
2 Series.
Hey, physics.
So what was that, Matt?
I drove a BMW 2 Series last week. It was very nice.
Yeah, nice cars, Beamers. Mercedes are
Could be
nice too.
American, of course. Yeah, but if I have the option, BMW or Mercedes, I'll just pick the Mercedes, obviously.
Yeah, nice.
Does
Yeah,
that
but a
go
friend
for
of mine
Formula
was-
One as well?
Formula One, actually, yeah, it's of course Mercedes, and the other guy he's pretty cool. It's Lando Norris, so I'm cheering for him as well a little bit because he's just, I don't know, he's so natural, down to earth. At least what I see on TV. So he seems to be a cool guy. But of course, Formula One and Mercedes.
A random question, and I think the answer is no. But you didn't fly into Kaitac, did you? You don't seem to be that old.
No.
No,
I
didn't
think
so.
Kaitac closed in '99 or so.
Yeah, no, I
And I
think
started
98,
flying.
March of 98, I think
or-
it closed.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, somewhere in the late '90s. Then yeah, and no, I haven't been there. Yeah, I've just walked there on the old runway. Now it's closed. Now it's this cruise ship terminal there.
Yeah.
And when I visited Hong Kong, I went up there and just to see
Just
it and being
see the site sort of thing.
Have you in the simulators? Did the Lufthansa simulators allow you to fly the old checkerboard approach? Can you still load that up? Yes.
there. We used to. I don't know if it's still possible, but back in the days it was possible. Excuse me. And we actually did that approach. Yeah, and it's quite impressive. Yeah, it's yeah. Well, nice for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah, and still the older captains been there in real life when they were first officers or young captains or so. So everybody just loved this approach, and yeah, it was just amazing.
Yeah, true. Yeah, true. There'd be a lot of the senior pilots would have been there, wouldn't they? Like probably even in Qantas. Maybe not post-COVID, but probably it was. I mean, it wasn't that long ago. It closed 22 years ago. You got guys out there that have been flying 40 odd years. So,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the older guys still know that approach. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Right. Where are you?
Right. Have you
Ben-
guys landed as well?
Ben just landed.
Parked in.
Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
see you. You've disappeared from me.
Yeah, I'm somewhere in the ape.
I think.
Down
Oh,
the
you
end of the
parked-
runway.
I can see Benji's just coming into land.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't see him, but he's to my left, which is your right, Tim.
Oh, okay. I can't see him. Can you take a screenshot, Matt? If you can see all of us,
Yep.
if that's possible.
Oh no, I just disappeared.
No, yeah,
No,
he just
there we go. I was just slewing. It's
yeah,
all
he just
good.
kind of moved. Yeah. I was gonna say when Benji gets over here.
Oh,
Yeah.
because Phil's all the way. He's like further away.
Oh, he's further
Because he-
away. Okay. I was gonna say yeah,
You
because
want me to go somewhere?
Are you
I
able
still
to,
can move.
are you able to taxi over towards us?
Yeah, I'm working on that.
I can't. For some reason, you've disappeared.
Daniel,
For me.
we all know the best German manufacturer is Porsche. Runs.
Who's that bad?
my old man had a Porsche when he was still alive back in the day. Very nice cars. Very nice.
Yeah, they're absolutely great. Yeah, but I never was very well. I never liked their design so much. So they're great cars. I don't want to play that down or just say they're bad or anything at all. But it's just not my type of car. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm weird.
Got a question from Sean. Worst experience at a hotel or on layover? Let's say. Worst experience on layover.
And
le-
what hotel
let's say
brand?
best. Let's say best as well. Is that a difficult question?
Yeah, I've never actually thought about the best or worst experiences. Of course, the worst experience is just if you have bad weather and you cannot really leave the hotel room because it's just raining and it's just a bit freezing and you can't do really sightseeing. You can't go for a walk or explore the city by bike or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's pretty something which annoys me because I don't want to be stuck in a hotel room for 24 hours or so.
Yeah, that's it.
So
Yeah.
I had that once in Vancouver, a nice 48-hour layover there in Vancouver, and it was just raining all the time.
It's
So
it's
that
Yeah,
was
wow.
pretty much-
probably also a little
yeah.
bit draining as well. Like if you, if you're stuck at the hotel room and you got nothing to do, it's probably exhausting just being bored all day instead of actually being
No.
able to go out and sort of get some fresh air and all that sort of stuff.
Okay, the fresh air, that's what I'm missing. I just like fresh air, so I hate hotel rooms where you cannot open the window. Just I need fresh air. I don't like air-conditioned air.
Yeah.
So even if I'm stuck in the hotel room, I always can entertain myself, like
That's it. Especially if you got some
doing
nice
something
weather and a
bored
nice
particularly.
big airport.
Yeah, but of course, when the weather is nice, I go out and do something, enjoying the sights when I'm somewhere for the first time, doing like this typical tourist stuff, like hop on, hop off buses. I like them when I get somewhere for the first time
Oh, yep.
to get an idea what to see and what to do,
Do
and then I try to explore something new every time.
do you frequently like do spotting like when you're on layovers, or do you normally just take it easy and just go for a bit of a wander around the local area and find something to eat?
Yeah, well, I prefer watching sports than actually doing it.
Oh.
So I'm not the most fit guy. I prefer eating over doing sports. But I try to, well, riding a bike through the city. I did that in Vancouver once. It was just awesome. Just, well, driving through the city on a bike with beautiful weather and
Yeah.
enjoying the sights on the bike is just awesome doing that. And all the other times I try to do it on foot. So just go for a walk.
Yeah,
Well, it
so,
always depends where the hotel is, of course.
Yep.
Sometimes I rent a car, drive somewhere like Los Angeles. I drove down to San Diego to see what's going on there.
Nice.
So
Oh, beautiful.
always stuff to do. Yeah.
Hey, good
How
night,
long
John.
is
Thanks for joining us, Johnny.
How long is the typical layover for you if you do like a 12-hour flight, say to Sao Paulo, like you're saying? What's the typical layover time that you've got before you need to jump back to the airport and go again?
The shortest layover we have is 24 hours because if you fly to a destination once a day, there's not coming another airplane earlier. So you just the shortest we have is 24 hours, and the longest we had pre-COVID was 72 hours. So that was in
Oh,
Buenos
jeez.
Aires because
Oh,
that's
nice.
almost a 14-hour flight through the night.
Yep.
And then they give us an extra night or two almost because you're landing in the morning and you depart on the evening. So you arrive on a Monday morning and you don't leave before Wednesday evening. So that's quite nice.
Oh, that's all
Okay,
right.
yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
nice.
Hey,
Then
uh,
you can definitely do
Can
something.
you
go
see
somewhere.
Sorry, can you see that airfield guy still?
Yeah.
Are you able to come over to near where he is?
According to my screen, I'm pretty much next to him.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
because I can't see you. I've lost
Yeah,
you.
that's it.
don't worry then. Cause you're like 100 kilometers away compared.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really?
No, I'm parked right next to him.
It might be something to do with like the servers or something.
Yeah,
Hey.
it would have to be.
Catch you later,
Oh, maybe.
Physics. Thanks for flying with us, mate. Appreciate it as always.
Thanks, physics.
Yeah, it's so weird, like the multiplayer thing on here. Hate it.
I don't know. I haven't done it before, so I don't know. But I'm just standing here with 2 other guys. That Effie guy, obviously, and the other guy doesn't have a name tag above him. Not the king air.
Is he to
Oh.
my left or right?
To your left.
That's
face to face with me.
okay. That's
So-
Benjamin, I think.
Yeah, probably. I saw him landing earlier, but doesn't have a name tag above him anymore.
Yeah, right. It's interesting.
But somebody's working on his plane already.
Oh,
What
yeah, I
is he doing
see.
here? Oh, I switched off
Yeah,
the
who
engines
knows?
already.
Oh, that's right. Look, I'll take a little screenshot anyway. Maybe just Photoshop your name in there. What? Oh, okay. Another question from Sean. We get kind of probably wrap it up in the next couple of minutes, but we'll squeeze in a couple more questions. Worst experience with air traffic control. Is it Kennedy?
No, I wouldn't.
That's where all the
no,
funny
no,
videos come out of anyway.
Yeah, but if you know what you're getting into, so just don't argue with them unless you're 100% or actually 1,000% sure what you're doing, and that you start an argument with them.
Yeah.
So, but basically, they're all good guys. They just have a stressful job, and JFK sometimes they sound rude, but I mean, look at all this traffic coming on there,
That's
and with all
it.
the nationalities, and sometimes difficulty to understand, and so they're trying to get everybody onto the ground and to the parking spot as quickly as possible.
Yeah,
So sometimes they sound a little rude, but I'm pretty sure they're good guys. But my worst experience with ATC, well, just once there was one guy from Gander Radio. He didn't sound like he was in a good mood that day, and he was not very supportive and was pretty much finding something at every pilot to get mad at.
Oh,
So, no, what was wrong with him? I don't know. So he was kind of weird.
We've had some controllers over the years at Sydney that there's one guy he's well and truly retired now, but he was great. But if someone annoyed him, that was it. Game on. and everyone would just duck, and you didn't want to be the next person to have to pick up the radio and talk to him. You just knew that someone was going to get snapped. Like, all it took was for someone to take the wrong taxiway, wrong direction, whatever. And yeah, his night would go from this is okay to I hate everybody. And everyone would just like duck for cover, and you'd be like, no, I'm not going to touch the radio. Who needs to make the next call? You'd just be trying to fend it off. But thankfully, he retired a lot of years ago now, so hopefully he's enjoying his retirement. But yeah,
hopefully he's happy.
Hey,
Benja,
I hope so.
Maybe you should ask his wife what he
showcase.
Maybe.
And then free camera drone.
He's how is he behaving at home now with his wife after if he cannot yell at pilots anymore?
20 days off 6-month badge. Yes, God, that's the 6-month badge, mate. The Nalanji Dreaming one. And looks sexy. That's exciting. Hey, Guy, are you going to do your donation this evening? Or are we going to wait until Friday? As Friday is the last one. Or you could wait till next Tuesday if you want. That's when we're doing prizes. If you wish, it's up to you. Oh, Phil, it was amazing having you on. You're more than welcome to fly with us anytime. What
Thank you very much.
what time is it there?
It's 2:30 p.m.
2:30. Okay, yeah. So we start at 1 p.m. your time on Tuesdays and Fridays. Generally, depends on when I'm working. But you're more than welcome to fly with us anytime you wish.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Nah, pleasure.
It was great fun.
Oh.
Pretty nice. And I learned something today with the Qantas of the long reach. That's quite interesting for me. Thank you very much.
That's it.
Thanks for joining us, Phil, because it's like the insight that you've been able to provide us for, I guess, comparisons for how we do things with our early training with learning to fly, and where you've gotten to where you are now. It's fascinating for us to find out about that, about I guess how other people do it. And you've had so much experience over the years. I mean, 737s, MD-11s, 747s. Like it's not a bad little collection of airframes to be putting in your logbook, to say that you've flown them. So thanks heaps for joining us and giving us those insights.
It's
Yeah, no problem at all. And if you've got any questions, just contact me over all the social media, no matter what. It's always called Wilco737.
yeah.
Does it be on Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, whatever. Just drop me a message and usually try to answer all the questions good as I can.
No, you're a legend. If you haven't already, everyone, he's on YouTube. So drop him a follow or a sub or whatever you call it on YouTube, and Insta as well, because I always enjoy your content. So I have no doubt everyone else would. Hang on a sec. I just want to catch up. Phil? Are you reading the YouTube comments
And no, to
for
be
the stream?
honest,
Okay, just
haven't.
lots of people just saying thank you for coming, etc., etc. I was going to do it when you
Thank
did your
you,
last
guys.
stream. I'm at $395. Oh, $390. No, it's $295, right?
Yeah, I thought we said 295.
It was $295. Guy, I think. Just double check that.
That's so good.
That's incredible. Yeah.
And can I just say, ich habe schön viel gelernt. Danke.
Very nice.
I was just saying, I've learnt lots, so thank you.
Oh yes, indeed.
Great to hear. Thank you.
You know what? I think also like you're a guest that we've never had before. Like we've never had a guest like you before. Like a pilot, especially with such like a colourful resume. Like that. Like 7.3 MD 7.4. It doesn't get any better than that, surely. So yeah, much.
The only thing that would top that would be to get someone who's flown the Concorde. No offense, Phil, but Concorde would just be just next level. Just
I'm
yeah.
totally with you. I'm totally with you on that one. Even I mean, Concorde is just the mother of them all. I mean, seriously, there's nothing better than the Concorde.
Just next level. It's so good. So good.
Yeah.
Not for me. 747 trumps all for me.
Really? Did you see the Concorde up close, Tim?
I've walked around it. I've been on one, but I never saw it fly.
Oh, mate. Those four afterburners, the crackle in the air, it was just insanity. So good. So good.
Unfortunately, I was too young.
It's not the sound you hear, it's the sound you feel.
Feel. Yes.
Yes. Feel this thrust, this noise. This is just wow.
Okay, actually.
Yep.
I'm gonna
your
try
your body shakes uncontrollably when it goes past at max takeoff power. It was just
oh yeah. Your heart skips a beat. And
oh, next level. So good.
Make a comparison. Have you seen the B1 fly?
No, I haven't. No.
Phil, have you seen the B1? Okay. So that's probably the closest I can get. That one was like ear-shattering loud.
Yeah, 4 afterburners, yeah.
B1B.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the same, but I'd assume.
I guess it's pretty similar, but I've never seen the B1. I've never saw it, but never see it fly. So,
yeah.
But it's
Was that at was that at Avalon?
Avalon Air Show.
Yes,
yeah.
it was.
It's pretty much the same, yeah. But
Yeah,
the
I
Concorde
think.
is just amazing.
I think I have seen one fly.
Yeah, it was literally insane. Like I'd never seen one fly before, and I was probably maybe 16, and it took off, and I was like almost dropped my camera because it was like my ears were like breaking.
Oh really?
And after I was like, yeah.
Yeah, it's funny, but the B1's the B1's not what I'd call a pretty aeroplane. Like, if you were to look at just overall pretty good-looking aeroplanes, the 747 and the Concorde would just have to be like right up there at the top. It's like seriously, the Concorde, it was skinny. It was a princess. It was an absolute princess.
Yeah.
Such a beautiful plane. And 747, say no more. The Queen.
That's it.
But yeah. Bone's not really the B1's not really a pretty aeroplane.
Yeah, it's a swollen
But it's not
Concorde.
particularly ugly as well. I mean,
Yeah,
the B1 it's quite. I mean, on the other hand, think about the Blackbird SR-71.
Oh yeah,
That is one amazing bird as well.
Yep.
The Concorde was the Porsche of planes.
The Concorde was the Rolls-Royce Bentley Cross. It was just yeah.
And the TU-15. Oh no, actually no. Let's say the 767 is like the sports car of the skies.
It was the Bugatti.
Okay, yeah.
It's the Bugatti of the skies. It's overpowered, massively overpowered, but it does a good job.
Yes, 100%. The
So good.
T144 if you can survive it. That's it. Oh, hey, Dad, you're still here. All right. Fellas, I'm gonna wrap it up there because it's bedtime for me.
Yeah, cool.
Thank you as always, boys, for flying again. Need I say
Thank you.
more?
What an awesome one tonight was too.
Yeah,
Like
oh, absolute cracker.
having Phil join us and plus the RFDS fundraiser as well.
Yeah, yep. We got some big stuff from Guy coming on next Tuesday, I guess. So he's gonna let it run for another week and see what happens. So good on you, Guy. You're a legend, mate.
And
So,
once this is over, I'm excited for your next project.
oh yes. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
do tell.
Okay.
Is-
Let's.
Can you spill the beans?
Yeah. Hell yeah. Let's elaborate just while we've still got people here. So because the membership program's going pretty well, so we've got a fair few members, and there's no better way to thank all the people that are part of the membership program is to use that and put it into something else. So I've invested membership money into a new phone plan. So I've increased my data threefold. Is that the correct term? Or was it two? No, it's threefold. Yeah, because I've tripled my data. I've ordered, thanks to Tim Tam, a cable and a what was it, Tim?
Ooh, the capture card,
Yeah,
if you want to
that's
call
right,
it
the
that.
Elgato capture card 4K, and so I've got a dad's laptop ready to go, Streamlabs on it, everything, and we're going to be doing some live plane spotting from Sydney Airport. So I haven't got a tripod yet. Well, I do, but not a good one. I'm going to set up on a tripod. We're going to do YouTube live from the mound. So
That's different.
probably once every day's off, I'm sort of hoping to do it. So we're going to be, I'll go there for probably like 2 hours or so, and we'll just do some live spotting. So just wanted to sort of mix it up a bit, and I've actually wanted to do it for a while, but never really had the gear for it. But now it's I've got the camera. Tim was able to tell me the specifics of making it work, with the cables and that. So yeah, so we're
That's
going to
cool.
sort of mix it up a bit, just bring something new to the airport that I don't think's been done in Australia before. I definitely know there's no one on YouTube that does it in this part of the world. So saw some people from Japan doing it, from Amsterdam, from Los Angeles. So
The cool thing is you just don't have to do it at the mound. Hey, like you
no,
can
I
do it
can do it kind of anywhere.
at the
So
beach,
the beach, yeah. The reason
car
I
park.
sort of had the mound in mind was just because it gives a nice view of the airport and everything. The Jerry of Sydney, hell yeah, Big Jet TV. Yeah, but something like, just something a little bit different that sort of hasn't really been done before, and yeah, so hoping it sort of goes as well as I'm hoping it's going to go. But I guess we'll wait and see. Try to do
But
the insta
even
of.
you could even do you could even, if you went to an air show, you could even do the air show
Oh,
live.
definitely, for sure. So I think
Well,
that's.
you might get in trouble when the organisers see that you're streaming straight out of the place. But
Oh, well,
Oh, true.
yeah, maybe, yeah. But look, to be honest, when's the next air show going to be that I'm going to be able to go to? Probably never.
Wings over
December 3rd.
Wings in November. Wings over Illawarra.
Oh, okay, yeah, maybe.
Hmm.
But no, if I was to go to that, I'd want to walk around and enjoy it, sort of thing.
Yeah.
The car park. The thing about the car park is that the kids can't really see. So, like, I'd like to take the kids out there, but they can't really see over the barrier. So that's why I don't really go there. I just stick to the places where the boys can watch.
Certainly don't do a Michael Jackson and hold them over the edge so they can have a look.
No, I definitely won't be doing that. So,
That is cool.
but yeah, so that'll be something different. Phil, you'll probably be asleep when I'm doing it because I'll probably be doing it in the morning for the most of it. So you'll probably be in bed, but yeah, it's something a little bit different. I'm looking forward to giving it a shot.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that should start on my next days off when my cables arrive, but everything else is ready to go. Except for a tripod. I need a tripod, but I'll get that.
Nice work.
You going to Wings
Nice
over
work.
Aurora? Oh, depends. When did you say it was?
I'm pretty sure it's November this year.
No. Yeah, I might go. Go and have a dabble.
Hopefully it's a big one. One of the organisers for the air show passed away about a month ago, so
Oh,
I'm not sure
jeez.
how that's going to affect the
Oh,
plans.
that
But
sucks.
yeah, big time. She kept her illness pretty quiet to a lot of people, and
Yeah.
huge loss. Huge
Gee
loss.
whiz. Oh, fingers crossed they make it a good one for her.
Oh, they will. Yeah,
Yeah.
they'll make it massive. They couldn't do it last year because of COVID, so
Yeah, for sure,
um,
for sure.
sure they'll make it a massive one this time. So
That's it.
yeah,
Right, boys. Matt, Tim,
Right, well, thank you.
Nige, Phil, thanks for joining us as usual.
thank you very much.
Appreciate it as
Yeah,
always.
thank you very much, guys.
Thanks, Phil.
And,
It was fun.
Phil,
Thanks for coming along.
Phil, do you know how to navigate out of Discord?
No.
So see how bottom left it says voice connected?
Yeah.
Just to the right of that, it's got a little phone with an X next to it. It just says disconnect. So when you're done, when you finish chatting to the boys, you can just click that and that'll take you out. Because
Alright,
it's not
sounds
really
good.
that
Thank
clear. But anyway, fellas, I'll talk to you when we're back on Friday, and we'll do it all again, eh?
Awesome.
Good,
And
mate.
I'll wrap it
Thank
up
you.
here.
I
All right,
won't be
boys.
here Friday. I've got work,
Yeah, you're
unfortunately,
working.
but
Yeah, it's all good. I'm working in the
yeah,
morning, but I'll make the effort.
no worries.
All
I
right,
should
guys.
be around. So
Yeah, beautiful.
Thank-
Love to hear it.
thanks to everyone.
Yeah, beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay. I'll talk to you guys later.
Thanks very much.
Right,
Bye
see
for
you
now.
boys.
Guys,
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye,
Bye.
guys. No,
All right. Let me catch up. Yeah, Sean, definitely. I think it's not going to be like any sort of schedule or anything, but yeah, we'll just whenever the days off happen, I'll schedule one of that morning, and then we'll rip in. So, hey, Jacko, thanks for the sub, mate. I appreciate you hanging around and seeing how I do things in aviation, mate. And I'll be watching your COD probably tomorrow night, mate. I'm sure you'll be playing COD tomorrow, but I'll tune in for sure. And I'm glad I could help you out in that on your flight, mate. Yeah, sure. Wait till you get your license, Sean. Alright, boys. I'll leave it there. Um, cheers to everyone for joining in. Thanks to Phil again. That was bloody awesome. Awesome chit chat with him. But we will. Oh no, I can't use that one. My screen's not set up correctly. Is this one right? Oh, that'll do. Alright, boys. Hope you have a good night. And we'll see you back on Friday. We're back at 9 p.m. I'm always at the airport. Yeah, that's it, guy. 100%. But this is boys. I'll give you a quick look. This is what it's going to look like, to some degree. This is what I've set up so far. So it's still in a bit of planning, but that's how it's going to look so far. So fingers crossed it'll look something like that, and we'll do a bit of plane spotting from the mound, eh? But I'm looking forward to it. And Jacko, if you're still there, mate, all these sets, all these scenes are inspired by you, mate. So appreciate it. Haven't seen the lobby. Oh no, because sometimes like the green screen just is a bit funny in that, but it's all good. Anyway, boys, thanks for joining again. It's always appreciated, and we will see you again Friday night, and we'll rip in, do it all again, boys. Oh God, I'm tired. All right. I hope you have a good night and stay safe, and we'll see you on Friday night. Cheers.